All right, things are heating up on Bitcoin. This could be Fake Out Friday. Let's be real. This could be Fake Out Friday. We're going to talk about it. I'm going to tell you the key level that you need to be watching, okay? Because there's a daily level that we need to close above, and then to continue remaining bullish, right? There could be a short-term pullback is my point. Bitcoin could drop to, you know, anywhere about 91 to about $89,000. Secondarily, there is a critical level that we would like to get above, and there is a bullish charting pattern that I actually gave out this morning in the VIP trading room inside of NORDIC Alpha. So if you're in there, you know what I'm talking about already, and I gave that out hours ago before it broke out. It literally just broke out. And secondarily, if you want those level of insights, I promise you're not necessarily going to get them from the YouTube videos, because it takes me so much time to get these up and running, right? I have to do it hours in advance. I have to come on here for an hour and blah, blah, blah. You have to get the notification. The easiest way to get the notification is get into the VIP trading room, and then bang, I tag everyone. I say, hey, everyone, there's this, you know, pattern, and bam, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, let's see what happens, man. So let's get straight into the charts and let's just talk about it. All right. No time to waste. And if you're here from Twitter, which it seems like half of you are, about 2/3 of you are here from Twitter, scroll up, hit the follow button. I share these insights almost every single day. If you're here from YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe, boom, bang on that notification bell. Let's get straight into the charts. Okay, so I called this pattern out, and if you don't believe me, please, for the love of God, do not believe me. Drew, you're a liar. Okay, well, I'm going to prove you wrong. I'm glad that somebody called me a liar. No one called me a liar, but you were thinking. Okay? I posted this 3 hours ago. I said I'll post about this in a bit, but there's a potential inverted head and shoulders breakout on the 1 hour chart on Bitcoin. Potential price target is anywhere from about $96,500 to about $97,000-ish. Now, note that there could be a swing failure pattern happening here if we don't close a candle higher than the previous high. That is basically the starting point of the highest point on the inverted head and shoulders. That swing high is just above 94,680, right? So we need to have a candle close above that. Also, the other thing to note, we need to get above 91,129 today, right, to not get a swing failure pattern on that previous high. As you can see, we got through both of those. We got our confirmations. Boom! Blast off, baby. Blast off. I'm giving these trades out. I'm giving these levels out ahead of time, okay? In the that right there, that took me 3 minutes to do. Well, I was like literally taking my kid where they need to go this morning. All I did was do that. That was it. It's that simple, right? Yeah. Stop loss is at 97K. Ryan Holt says it's going down. Yeah, I mean, it could be once you hit 96.5, 97K, somewhere around there. But we're going to talk about those levels here in just a second. Richard Force says it's time for some fun, and it is. Hold on. Thank you for reminding me. Hashtag Friday Pie Day, baby. Everybody get some pie today. Everybody make a little bit of money. I took a nice little scalp long that got me like, it was like $250 or something like that. It's nothing to write home about, nothing I'm going to like be bragging to people about. Money's money. Okay, so if you're making $250 in a day, you're doing good. And Richard Force said, Drew, you are a liar, and I appreciate that. Gives me the ability to go, and now I'm not a liar for saying that someone called me a liar. Absolutely, man. So in any case, inside of the private trading room, we called this out 3 hours ago, okay? And then you see what's happened, right? And then obviously the price target is somewhere up here at about the 96.5 range, right? So you're already in significant profit here, right? And honestly, you would set your stop loss outside of this, which is no big deal. If you really want to be super safe about it, set it outside of the swing low. You got a 3.5x risk to reward. If you set it up here, you got like a 10x risk to reward, which is probably what you're looking at, especially whenever you enter upon the breakout, right? Now, is this a confirmed breakout? It's about to come. I mean, It is. We got to close this candle green, but this is a confirmed breakout. So if you did take this on the break, you're massively profitable as it sits right now. So, you know, I'm not going to tell you not to take 50% off of the table here. Now, here is the other thing that you need to take into account, okay? Because although I do give you all of these levels, right, inside of the, you know, VIP trading room, which costs you less than $1 a day to be in, right? I also give you the flip sides of it, right? Where if we come up here, and we fail this level, we're going to come back down here, okay? Probably right around here, and then we'll probably complete the full value area. There is a fair value gap right here on the hourly chart and the 4-hour chart. And then there's a fair value gap right here on not only the 1-hour chart, but if you go to the daily chart, you'll see that same fair value gap. Bang. So that's why I'm saying like $89,000 is in play here. And you really need to watch this level up here, this value area or this point of control. Okay. And what's this point of control from? Let's zoom out and I'll show you. It is the range that we have just been accepted back into, right? So as you can see, it's the range from where we went parabolic. Okay. So we went parabolic. We started going parabolic here, right? Up to a new all-time high, came back down, boom, came back down, right? And then we fell outside of it again, bounced off of the trend channel, had a nice little inverted head and shoulders right there, right? As you can see, let me show you something we were talking about as well inside of the private trading room. And let me just delete this brush stroke really quick, show you what I'm talking about. Does that look a little head and shouldery to you? Right? Is it perfect? No, it's not perfect at all. But is it good enough? I think so. So let's say, you know, this is your head and shoulders right here. Let's call it here, right? There's your break point. Here's your back test on the hourly chart. Here's your confirmation candle, back test, blast off, right? So, and I bet you we're hitting the measured move as we speak. Okay, so this is why I'm saying Bitcoin could be hitting a fade here. All right, Bitcoin could be hitting a fade here. So what's 75% of the measured move? Right here at about $96,000. Okay, so this is 75% of the measured move. Full measured move takes you up to 98.5. I don't think you get there. Okay, so this is my secret, right? I don't try to take the full measured move, the full extension, right? It's just how I trade. It's safer. Oh, my bad. Damn. I've been doing all this stuff without, I've been doing all this shit with, dude, my bad. Ryan Holt. Damn, I'm glad you said something, bro. Okay, my bad. Let's go back and do this all over again. So as you can see, I am literally the worst streamer in the world. I don't know why people watch these streams. Get in the Discord, man. It's worth the price of admission. It's like 90 cents a day. And I promise you it's better in there. It's scary here. I'm scared. I'm a terrible streamer. In any case, this is the value area, okay? This is our range, okay? This is where we started going parabolic. We came up, bam, hit the top, hit the top, hit the top, hit the top, came down, hit the bottom, lost the bottom massively, right? And then we regained it all with a head and shoulders pattern, back tested it, blasted off, right? So let's go to the 4-hour head and shoulders that we're about to probably hit the measured move on. And if you want in this trading room, I have to say the link is in the description, man. The link is in the description of the YouTube video. And, you know, that's that. So I'll drop it here on Twitter for people as well. It's right here. It's this link right here. Copy link. I'll drop it for the people on Twitter. Even though it's right here, you can literally click in my profile or whatever. I'm still going to drop it in here for everybody. Damn, it took my whole post. See what I'm saying, dude? I suck. I suck at this stuff. Stop copying text. Copy link. Give me the link. Oh my gosh. Bruh. Good God. Good God, man. Get yourself together, man. Pull yourself together, man. All right. In any case, if you want these levels ahead of time, just get in there. Because I promise you, I'm giving them, right? My guy over here, the boss, he's giving them. He's a verified trader. He killed it on a trade already earlier this morning. He took a scalp long. I took a scalp long. We both made a couple dollars on it. Bing, bang, boom. All good. Yeah. He said, I cut off all these other YouTubers, influencers because they lie. Yeah, I mean, that's the good thing about me is like, you know, you can't fake what I am, man. Right? You can't fake. There's not enough money in the world that you could pay these guys, verifiedinvesting.com, to put you on their page and say you're a verified pro trader, and then ask you, like they came and asked me to do a course on trading gold because, as everybody knows, I called the top on gold and we shorted it and just are absolutely killing it on our short right now. Yeah, I mean, Ryan is absolutely right, dude. Like, there's a lot of these YouTubers are fake, man. They're all lying to you. I'm not saying all of them are lying to you, but you know what I'm saying. So in any case, here's where we're at, right? We have a head and shoulder on the 15-minute. My bad, not there. Where's my 1 hour head and shoulder? I swear I had this set up, man. I swear I had this set up. I apologize, man. Didn't I have this on the screen like 5 minutes ago? I swear I did. In any case, we'll just redraw it. Okay, so we know what the target is on this one, right? We know what the target is on this head and shoulders, right? We know that the target is literally, we're hitting it right now. If you took this trade, seriously take profits, okay? Because you are at, let's call it, I mean, this is just what I teach. This is what Soloway teaches. And if you know Soloway, you know this dude's an absolute animal. He's a legend, right? And I technically, let's be real, I'm going to give him credit where credit's due. I'm going to give him his flowers. I learned this from him. Okay, I learned this exact level from him. I always front run these as it is, but I never had a rule for it until I met him, right? Now the rule is I aim for 75% of the measured move. 65 to 75%, I'm good. I'll take the profits, right? I'm not going to ride it all the way up to 100%. I don't care, right? So 100% of the measured move is called 14.5%. So divide that by 4, right? What is 14.5% divided by 4, right? You're looking at essentially, let's see, 3.65%. So call it 11% is what you're aiming for here. And look where we're at. We hit 11% almost exactly. If you zoom in here, you'll see 11.22%. That's 75% of the measured move. You hit it, that's your profit target, man. You already hit it, okay? So this one is dead. You take your money off of the table. I'm not saying that you short here. Maybe you do, but, you know, definitely start, you know, thinking about shorting up here with a rejection from the point of control. Now, what's the other head and shoulders that I found, right? The one that I posted about inside of the VIP community this morning, right? 3 hours ago that people could have rode for massive profits. It's right here. Call it bang, 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 and then bang. And as you can see, it broke out. Okay, it is broken out. We can even raise this up a little bit if we want. Right? Bang. Okay, so that is your other head and shoulders, inverted head and shoulders pattern that gives you pretty much the same exact price target, right? But a little bit more, right? So let's see if it hits 75% of the measured move, and this is where you should be taking profits. Just saying, man. I don't say this stuff for my health. I say it for the health of your account. So 2.93%. The full measured move was up to about $97,000. So what's that divided by 4? Well, it's about we'll call it 2.1%, right? So where's 2.1%? Right here. 96.5, just like I said. And I did this on the fly, man. I did this on the fly. I also said, hey, here's a good opportunity for a schlong, baby. And that's how I made my money on my long. 96.5 to the full measured move, around $97,000-ish. Okay, that's it. That's it. That's all, right? And this is where you can start thinking about shorting if Bitcoin starts to roll over, which it seems like it is, you know, starting to roll over. RSI got into overbought territory. You have a bearish divergence, bang, right? Because you have price moving up, boom, while RSI is trending down in the same time frame, bang, right? So stochastics super overbought. You could even wait a little bit, see if you get a rejection at 96. If you get a single line crossover here, bang, that's it. Now, here's the other thing I want people to understand, okay? Other than the fact that if you want these insights at the right times to get into the Discord, other than that, this is what you also need to understand. So look at this swing high right here, right? So as you can see, swing high, swing low, swing high, swing low, swing high, swing low, swing high, swing low, higher high now, right, than this previous swing high, okay? One other thing I want people to know is that if you don't close a candle above the high of this, which would be today, we need to close that, which is 95,128. So as long as we stay above $95,129 and we close this daily candle up there, it's not a swing failure pattern. But if you don't close that candle there, it could be a swing failure pattern where you start to roll over. And if you look at RSI on the daily, you're now reaching overbought territory, right? This is on the daily chart too, by the way, right? Where's the 21 SMA? All the way down here, this pink line right here, that's the 21 SMA. All the way down here at $85,000, dude. 21 SMA is a magnet, and my guess is you're probably going to roll over, okay? I know a lot of people are saying like, oh, I'm bullish today. Weekends are historically low volume. I think you're going to roll over the weekend most likely, right? And you're probably going to be coming down here to fill this fair value gap right here. What's the fair value gap? It's from right here, 91.7, all the way down to 88, call it 6, right? So could be coming down right about $89,000, maybe $90,000. 200 moving averages right here. So if you come down into here and you bounce, then it's looking bullish. You're also got this could have been a bull flag, but it's not. And here's why. Bull flags don't trend up. Bull flags trend down like this, right? That's what a bull flag actually looks like, is like this, okay? Why? Because it's consolidating downwards before its next move upwards, okay? So this is actually a bearish indication right here. This is not a bull flag, okay? I'm not saying it's like super bearish where you like need to be shorting right this second, but I am saying watch this 96.6 level, okay? Because it's going to be incredibly integral. And then you could be coming right back down here, right? At least into the 90,007 to $89,000 range. That's like a $1,600 range right here, right? You could be bouncing at $90,800. You could very easily bounce there. But you could also come all the way down here, right? And then if you lose those, you're definitely coming to about $84,000. That's where you can start thinking about buying some spot altcoin bags and things of that sort. Things of that sort, you know? So we'll see what happens. What do we got? We got our demand zone, or yeah, that's the demand zone now. Okay, this is nullified. Swing lows and swing. Okay. So you have the full 1.0 retracement, right? And if you get a rejection here, it's not necessarily looking super awesome. Let's see what this fib is. We don't want that one. We don't want that one. One day inverted head and shoulders. Bang. Yeah, you hit the target perfectly. I already had this drawn, so I don't even need that now in any case. Yeah, that's your fair value gap. Fair value gap fill. Boom. Okay. Now, let's see what this other fib is. Don't need that. Other fib. Don't need that. We actually hit the 3.618 extension from this swing high to this swing low. That's pretty substantial. Okay, so let's just draw the damn fib. This thing's kind of pissing me off. I'm not trying to sit here and like, yeah. Okay. So yeah, I mean, golden pocket retrace, $82,000, 0.5 retrace fills up, you know, the $85,000 range, which is right at the value area low. Guess where the 0.382 is? Just under that fair value gap, right? So, and the 0.236 is intersecting the 100 moving average right now. I don't know, man. I mean, it's just like, to me, I know a lot of people are like, oh, this is bullish. This is bullish. I don't think it's bullish, man. Why? Okay, well, because you had serious volume coming in, right? On these candles, volume going up. Now volume's starting to dry up, drop off, right? Let's see what Market Cipher B says. Volume has started to kind of curl up a little bit. What is this? Is there some lines on here? Yeah, there are. Nice little inverted head and shoulders right here. Bang, bang, bang. And yeah, nothing really happened from that. But in any case, you do have money flow coming in now, which is wild. But, you know, we'll see what happens. I do see volume drying up, though, and that could just be because it's towards the end of the week. You never know what's going on, right? You never know what's going on with institutions, and that's that. So let's get down to the 4-hour chart. Let me turn this swing lows. Okay. All right. Ooh. Yeah, I mean, this could be a head and shoulders on literally the... See what I'm saying? Like, that could be a head and shoulders on the momentum on Market Cipher B headed downwards, right? And then if this starts to curl back down, bang, right? And then if VWAP curls back down again, bang, right? So, I mean, watch out below is all I can really say. You know, it's like we're super overheated on the RSIs. As you can see, massive bearish divergence on the 4-hour chart from right here to right here. Bang, big bearish divergence, baby. I think there's more of a case to short at this key level than there is to long, right? You come up here to 96, 96.5. This is a pretty shortable range with what I'm seeing. Bearish divergences printing on the daily, on the hourly, on the 4-hour. Actually, let's just make sure there's a bearish divergence on the daily. I don't think that there is, but I know there's one on the 4-hour. Yeah, we're just getting super overbought. That's really what it comes down to on the daily chart. See what the 8-hour says. Does the 8-hour show a bearish divergence as well? I bet it does. Yep. Bearish divergence, bang, right? So basically everything under the daily chart is showing you a bearish divergence, right? All the way down to the 1-hour. Let's see if the 1-hour is showing us bearish divergence. Massive, massive bearish divergence, actually. Bang, like massive bearish divergence. Stochastics getting oversold or overbought here. Market Cipher telling you, okay, money flow trending downwards, right? You get the VWAP crossover, head and shoulders on the VWAP right here. Bang, down, right? Yeah, I mean, I'm more short right now for a short-term pullback and then a long opportunity, right? I mean, yeah, you absolutely, man. So, I mean, let's just call it what it is, okay? So, all of this right here, all of that right there, that's what we call liquidity, baby. So this is where retail is opening up not only leveraged longs, but they're also short squeezing them on the way up. That's why you're seeing these big peaks and these massive wicks up, or not wicks up, but like these massive candles like this, bang, right? Like this, bang, like this, bang, right? And then again, bang, 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 right? So those are short squeezes. That's all day. So that's why I'm saying, you know, they're liquidating the majority of the shorts, right? Because that is essentially what's happening right now. Because guess what? A lot of these guys over here, this was liquidity, right? This was liquidity. And then guess what we did? We took it all back right here, okay? Now, one other thing that I kind of want to show people, which I should... one second. Yeah, actually, there is a bullish pattern here, and I have a prediction of where we're going to bottom out and where we're going to go. I'm going to put this in the private VIP trading room because I think that they deserve this this setup because I see it right here, and that's where I'm gonna put it. So if you want that setup, again, you know where to get it. Click the link in the description, and then I'll tell you guys about it later. But I got to give it to these guys first. They are paying to be in the community. They do have a vested interest in this, so I can't give it away for free on YouTube before I tell them about it. And I got to film a video on it here in just a second, anyways. But in any case, if you have any video or not videos, sorry, if you have any altcoins you want me to look at, drop them in the comments section. We know G Wood on the drums. We already know he wants to get in on some XRP. So let's go look at some XRP, baby. Let's get it. Bang, man. Bang. Oh, it didn't get the entry. You came within like cents, like 2 cents of the entry. Your entry was at like, what was it? $2, and it came to $2.03. Damn, Daniel. Back at it again with the no trade, man.
Damn, Daniel, back at it again with the white vans.
Spicy, man. Well, in any case, I hope you still took that trade because you did bounce. Like, here's the thing, man. You got to understand that these levels are dynamic. And what levels am I talking about? These moving averages might not allow you to get to your perfect entry position, right? So you came within 3.5 cents of it. Why? Because you bounced off of the 100 moving average and then just rode it up. And then you took everything on the way back up. And guess what's happening? Dude, you're going to like this, G Wood. You're going to like this, G Wood. Okay, you've got an inverted head and shoulder pattern. Let's give it this. All right, hold up. Make this. Do it to the candle closes. Where's my candle close? Bang. Highest candle close. Highest candle close. Bang. Okay. Zoom out, man. All right. So there's your head and shoulders, essentially. You need to break this level. You tried. You didn't get it, right? So can you still get it? Yes, you can. What you're also seeing, I'm not saying that this inverted head and shoulders is nullified, but it did try to break from it, and it didn't get it. Okay, so would I trade this? I'd say this went from, let me see the RSI. I mean, I would say that this went from about a 75% probability setup over here to probably 60% probability setup over here of actually playing out. So you've got, 40% that it might not play out. It would take you to about $2.70. Now, I don't want that to scare you and shy you away from trading XRP because I do see another bullish pattern that you can look at, and we're going to freehand this. Just to save time. Does that look like a nice little cup and handy? Right? So watch for the cup and handy breakout. Okay. Say it's, right here. Bang. Let's call it that. Let's see if this extends over here. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. Nice pivot point. Nice pivot point, man. Ooh, that's what we call a damn, Daniel. That's a pivot point right there, boy. That is a pivot point. Look at that thing. You got to get above this level. You got to get above $2.31. Because you were staying above it, right? You were just bang, 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 staying above it, right? And now you're having a hard time. You fell below it. Now you're having a hard time getting back above it, okay? So could this cup and handy break out? Yes, right? Is it breaking out right this second? I don't know. Let me check. The hell just happened? I mean, technically you could argue a breakout. Technically, you could argue a breakout so long as you, let me see. Okay, so I would argue a breakout here. So long as this candle closes green, I would argue that there is a breakout here. Okay. Why is that so curved? Why is my line so curved? Here's your price target. Your price target gets you above this line. Okay. Now, if you get above that line, you start to get bullish. You're going to start thinking about coming up here, right? And guess what happens when you get up here? Okay. I'll show you. Let me get this first. What is that for? Inverted head and shoulders. Got it. Okay. Inverted head and shoulders. This is why you always save your shit in a group, man. 1 hour or 4 hour. Okay. This is why you always save your stuff in groups so you know what's going on your charts. 4 hour cup and handle. Okay, so let's get all this stuff off of here. Now, what happens if you get above this level, right? Because what you want to do is you want to get above this level, target these swing highs, right? This swing high right here, okay? Well, I'll show you what happens if you get up there. Another cup and handle with a massive, massive target on it. Like probably new all-time highs target. Yeah, all-time highs target. So, I mean, that's where you want to be, right? You want to get up, back up to this level. You get your cup in handy. Bang. You blast up. You call it a day. That's it. So long as Bitcoin stays bullish, you can kind of see that potentially happen, right? Let's see what else we got in the comments section. Ooh, I don't know if we're going to get below 60 again, bruh. I really don't. I think that we can get, I think we can get close. I think we can get to the 74K range again. I honestly don't know if we're going, here, I'll just show you what I mean, right? Because if we get below that, we're in big trouble, okay? Because I'll show you why. Let's go to the weekly chart. Okay, so the weekly chart is in a long-term uptrend, okay? I'm talking back since 2023, man, okay? So if we go below, essentially call it in the next 2 weeks, if we go below 77, we break this trend line, bro, we're going down. We're going down hard. So I think your bounce point is right here in about the 78 to 80K range. I'm going to be buying in those levels, right? Thinking about joining. I cut off with these other YouTubers. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, man, your investments are going to take serious precedent over these things sometimes. Yeah, Richard 4, he's getting some hospital pizza today. Let's hope not. Let's hope not. And I'm your commute audiobook. Solana, Cardano. Yes, Cardano. Gilbert. R. Gilbert. Where's R. Gilbert, man? Let's do Cardano. What's this fib from? Swing high to swing low. Yeah, I mean, you're about to front run this 0.382 level. That's where the 200 is about to get crossed up above the 100, death cross style. Cardano's looking not necessarily like it's going up, okay? We gave out that trade. It went well. Obviously, you could have rode it up way more, right? You could have rode it all the way up here for probably like a 5x risk reward. Yeah, bang. I'm still saying, man, you lose this 50, you lose the 21. This is where you short. This is where you target, right? You bounce from the 0.236. That's where you start longing. All obviously based on Bitcoin. That's a fib. My bad. Let's go to the. Then I would set my stop loss pretty friggin' tight on this. I'd be targeting the 0.5 fib on this for a 10x risk to reward ratio. That's what I'm seeing on Cardano, man. I want to get down into the weeds a little bit more and see what is going on these like smaller time frame charts. So that's a pivot point. This is going to be a pivot point as well. Bang. Look at that, man. Look at that. This is why you keep your lines on your chart, man. Immediate rejection. I mean, yeah, you could be coming right back down here, man. This would have been a good place to short. If I was trading Cardano a bunch, I would have shorted there for sure. But I don't pay as much attention to Cardano as I do just like Bitcoin and the overarching crypto markets. But yeah, I mean, this is probably giving you a target down here to about, I would say at least 61 cents to 55 cents. You get above this level though, right here. Yeah, I would say you get above the 0.382 and you regain this pivot point. This is going to be super long city where you would want to go long. No, that's pretty simple. Solana. Damn. Dude, Solana's killing it right now. Solana's killing it. Let's call it what it is. Taking out swing highs, taking out swing highs. Back testing them as support. Bang. Just killing it, man. Did we have any trades set up on Solana? Yeah, this one, but yeah, you didn't get it. I don't know when we set this up. Like, I wish that there was like a thing that said when we set this up, like gave us a timestamp on it. Because if we set it up, when this was happening and I said, hey, get above this, whatever. But this is the 0.5 fib. You could have entered on the back test of that 0.5 fib, but you wouldn't have known that that's the 0.5 fib, right? That's the problem. Because that 0.5 fib is for this full run, right? So you wouldn't know. But we did give this, right? We did give this. Let's see. See if it. Yeah, so you could either enter a short or a long here, basically saying, hey, if we lose this level, you come down here and you lose this again, short, right? Swing failure pattern was probably what it was. Yeah, it was. It would have been a swing failure pattern. So basically what we were saying, if you swing fail this, you short, right? You obviously didn't swing fail it. It is what it is. You're profitable on this right now because you wouldn't have set your stop loss here. I don't know why you would have set it right there. You would have set it below these swing lows right here. So you'd be like a little bit profitable on this, but just not massively profitable, right? So, I mean, the best case scenario for you is you would have rode that to 157. But, in any case, you would be barely profitable. So my bias on Solana, okay? Where's the swing high to the swing low? Why don't we have a fib on that? We should. Yeah, it would be this. Bang. There it was. Ridiculous. I mean, you would have printed some money on this, that's for sure. You would have printed some money on this. You wouldn't have printed all of it, right? But you would have entered, bang. We can delete that. That's off of there. Yeah, you'd have printed some money on this short. Actually, you would have gotten a full take profit on that. We can delete that. Make sure we don't have anything else on here. Head and shoulders, that's probably nullified. Horizontal array. Yeah, I don't think any of these matter. So in any case, we have the swing low to the swing high. You get a pullback here. I mean, I don't know. Like, it's going to take you a while to get down here. So we can take this 121 long. can take this off of our chart because you're probably not going to get there for a long time. But in any case, the 0.5 fib is probably like the lowest you're going to go right now, 126-ish, right? And honestly, you're probably not going to go lower than this, 133. So, you know, I would just say, bang, you get 123 or 133, then you target the highs. That's it. Say your stop loss below these lows right here. Bang. You got a 6x risk to reward. I mean, this is a shortable opportunity, but there's really like there's nothing here. That's the issue. So if you measure this Fibonacci from like an ultimate high perspective to this ultimate low, I mean, that could give you some insight, right? Yeah, I mean, you're almost to the 0.786. So yeah, 161 is probably a shorting opportunity. Ultimate high. And then what's this one? This is the swing low. And then this one is swing high to swing low. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I would say this is a shortable opportunity up here, right? You could even start averaging in now if you really wanted to. But I would set my stop loss pretty tight on this because if it keeps going, it's going to rip, right? And then I would just target right there where that 0.382 is. And it would be like a double bottom and it's like a pivot point, right? As you can see, this is where it was support. Then it was resistance. Then it was resistance. Then it was support, resistance, resistance, resistance. Now it's support again, support. This would be support. So this will be a pivotal point to decide the direction on Solana right now. And one thing I can say is I would be waiting more towards a short side on this. And there's a reason, and it's because I would be looking at this. Something along these lines. What is going on? What just happened? I mean, that's your parallel. You're riding the midpoint of it up. Upward trending parallels tend to break down when you're coming into those types of resistances like what we're seeing on these fib levels. You know, I mean, I would be waiting more short on this. Let's just look at BNB. BNB has just been ripping, man. Yeah. Bang. There you go, dude. You're getting your breakout. I mean, this is where it's at right here, man. I mean, this is your play. This is Long City. Just saying, this is Long City. I might long this bad boy. This is a good call out, bro. Let's see, what's the target on this thing, man? This is like a massive, massive pattern, isn't it? It's gotta be. Oh yeah, look at that thing. That is what we call a descending triangle or a descending triangle, right? So this is meant to break up, okay? You've got a floor here, right? This is meant to break down, actually. You've got, God damn it, I keep saying the wrong things. This is meant to break up. Once you break out of here, you back test this, right? You still haven't broke out on the daily chart, so I mean, do whatever you want to do. If you want to front run this, that's fine. This is Swing City, though. I mean, this is Swing City. This is like a 20x risk to 10x risk to reward, something like that. You set your stop loss below the previous swing low right here, 593. You enter at about 600. You call it a day. You're targeting massive, massive swing highs, right? So that's your target. That's BNB in a nutshell. I like that one. That one's good. How do I feel about the altcoins, ISO coins? That's a lot of coins right there. That's 4 coins. Pick one of them, bro, and I'll do it. Because we don't have that much time left. ISO 22,222. I mean, like we're talking like the Cardanos, the Algos, the XRPs and stuff like that, XDCs and stuff like that. I mean, I think they're fine. You know, I think that if there's going to be a clear winner out of it, and this is a hot take, a lot of people are going to hate this, especially R. Gilbert, it's going to be XRP. And there's a reason and a methodology behind that, and it's because what they're trying to do is be cross-border payments, right? Here's the thing. When you're trying to be a cross-border payment and you're trying to get into the SWIFT system and you're also trying to get into the like banking sectors and the credit card processing and payment processing sectors, these are all run by companies, right? That it's not some anonymous dummy dev behind a screen that's anonymous, right? Or clown creator, okay? What are those companies? They're centralized entities. Everybody's like, oh, Cardano's going to be the thing because it's decentralized and they have smart contracts. I can assure you that ISO or whatever it's called, SWIFT, they do not give a crap about smart contracts, bruh. They also don't want it to be decentralized. They're like, oh, smart contracts? Oh, what are we going to do? We're going to do a smart contract on Cardano because it's... No. They're going to say, we have one friggin' currency. And it uses this thing, right? And if you think the XRP, if they get the tap to say, you're in, you're the one, if you think they can't hire the best devs in the world to just build the smart contract capabilities, you're smoking crack, okay? So it's probably going to be XRP that gets tapped on. Cardano will carve out its own lane elsewhere. Hot take, I know. But also, Cardano is decentralized. They don't want that. They don't want that. I don't want that. Because if some scammer gets a hold of my credit card and starts charging a shit ton of stuff at Walmart, I want to be able to call my credit card company and say, yo, somebody stole my credit card. I need you to block all those transactions, credit me the money back, bang, bang, boom. Can you do that with a decentralized blockchain when it takes it out of your balance? No, you can't. But can you do it with a centralized blockchain? Yeah, you can. Which is why Cardano ain't going to be the one. Sorry, that was my TED Talk. Bang. 200 SMAs green. I don't use EMAs on high time frame charts. I use them on low time frame charts if I use them at all. I didn't trade Solana, one of the ones I just hold and stake. Staking is allowed in my stadium. All right, render. You wanted render? You got it. I don't know if we've charted this. I mean, this is looking like a buying opportunity in my opinion, bro. I mean, let's just call it what it is. I mean, you've got, this is going to be your resistance, right? Your resistance line. Actually, this is a parallel. This looks an awfully lot like a parallel to me. Does that look pretty parallel-y to you? Right? I think it does. Just my opinion. You think whatever you want. Let's see what we got. Yeah, I don't like partnerships, man. As like people can say anything. Like I've seen companies say we got an NVIDIA partnership because they're using NVIDIA chips, right? What's the partnership and how much revenue is it going to bring the company? That's the key. Because that, like, I can go out and I'm partnered with Aquapana, man. They, you know, I pay them and they send me water. Know what I'm saying? Cryptos are notorious for pumping bullshit partnerships. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. In any case, show you where it could go. Ooh, you got a double bottom here too, bro. You got a nice little double bottom. I didn't even see that. All right, so if I'm, you got a rejection off of 0.236. If I'm entering, This is just high level. This is just high level. I'm not giving you day trades here. I'm giving you swing trades, whatever. If I'm entering, I'm probably entering here at the 50, right? And then I'm going to be targeting the top end of this trend channel at the very least. And I'm going to average my way all the way down to this trend channel. So if I'm entering at the 50 here, right? Then I'm also going to enter all the way down to here, right? So you can enter pretty much all the way through here. Once it gets below this, this is where you want to stop out and you want to not necessarily be in that trade. Unless you're super long term and then I guess just hold on to it or whatever. But in any case, I mean, this is a massive, massive swing trade. And if you average in, your risk to reward is going to be more like 5-6x, right? But you do have this double bottom here, which I like. And you do have a W pattern for me. W, bang, and then guess what happens? It's called a WV. You come back, you retrace, boom, and then you measure. That's it. That's a WV pattern. So you do have a WV with a double bottom. I like it. I do like it. But this would be my entry levels, probably somewhere here in the $3.50 range, or at the very least, closer to $3.85, where the 21 SMA is on the the daily chart. You are about to try and lose this 100 moving average, but the 50 is starting to curl up. So you might get one more short-term pullback here. Complete the WV, bang, targeting the 0.5 first, targeting the top end of the trend channel. See how it goes once you get there. And then you're targeting the 0.618. And then ultimately, the 0.618 is just under these swing highs. The 0.618 is at this swing high. And then the 0.5 is at this kind of point where we got caught up. And then guess what? 0.786, again, swing high, 1.0 level right there. And then you would be targeting here, right? So render. That's a pretty simple one, to be honest with you. I kind of like this setup, to be real. I would just set an alert here, right? And say, hey, alert me at $3.55, right? Bang. And that's what you do. That's how you take that. Yeah, there you go. Bang. So, yeah. Oh, also, if we do the like requests, okay, inside of the VIP trading room, there's an entire section inside of here for Nordic members that is called TA requests. You can just go to this channel right here and you can request TA on, whatever coins. Now, obviously, if you request 3-4 coins at a time, you're probably not going to get that high level of TA. But if you have a coin that you want to look at, drop it in there, right? And then if you like drip feed it in, don't just drop 17 coins in there. So with that being said, that's kind of what we're looking at right now, man. And the gold short is still playing out. Is there a double bottom here? You could argue, but you could also argue that there was a double top here. That's the problem with double bottoms and double tops, right? It could just be a double top or an M pattern. Bang, right? So, yeah. With that being said, I will see you all in the next video. It is, again, hashtag Friday Pie Day, baby. Everybody get some pie. Everybody get into the Nordic Alpha community. Seriously, we're in there printing gains every single day. I think we're already 2 for 2 in there today. I think yesterday we were like 4 for 4, 5 for 5, something like that. Do whatever you want to do. But, if you like money, you'll probably like Nordic Alpha. So I will see you all soon. I appreciate you for showing up. Everybody have a wonderful hashtag Friday Pie Day with your beautiful families. Peace out.